All right, looks like we are live, I believe. So, welcome to Custom Cave Live. I see there's a couple of people watching already. Hello, Alyssa Young. Hi, happy holidays. Ho, ho, ho. Hello, Alyssa Young. Thank you for joining. And yeah, so hopefully you can all see. I've got two cameras going here, one on the subject and one on me. So, nice. Let me mute this because they've got an echo. There we go. That's better. Okay, so let's get back to, so I'll keep this up so I can see the chat. But yeah, so those who are watching, thank you for being here. Let us know how you're doing. And yeah, so what we've got in front of us is here. And for those of you who are watching at home, if you tune in afterwards, welcome. And yeah, so let me get off of me for 2 seconds and just go to the spotlight of this. So go to speaker view. Okay, so hopefully you should be just seeing the figure. I hope I've got that right. There, yeah. Not the camera. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for it to catch up on YouTube. Okay. All right, so what we're doing here is, as you can see, I've done quite a bit of it already because I'm doing a video of this. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and make sure I got the technique down that I wanted to get it right for the veins. As you see, I'm going for the more realistic sort of vein, get it a bit closer. Color pattern, but it's a bit more organic. Yeah, because obviously, if you saw my previous video, I wasn't happy with mine because of the QC issues and the sloppiness of the paint. And yeah, so I thought a good opportunity. The sculpture's there, so I thought, yeah, why not? Let's put some painting skills to the test. All right, so I'm pretty happy with how the front turned out. I'm still working on the shoulders, but I want today to focus on the back. All right, so as you can see, I've already sort of given them a bit of a black wash to really dull it down. And the plan is to just to go over the very core of the veins, highlight those, tone it back down again with a wash, and then highlight the very center of the veins if I can. And then we're just going to give it a wash once more, and then just sort of highlight some of the other little string areas. Okay, so yeah, there we are. You can't see the figure because I'm speaking, that's why. Okay, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let's get back because obviously I've got it on speaker view, which is just let's go gallery view. That should be better. Okay, apologies for that. So hopefully now you should be able to see it. All right, thanks for letting me know. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, I've done quite happy with how the front is, and you've probably seen it on a thumbnail. All right, right there. So I'm going to do the arms at some point, but basically I just want, as I'm pretty happy with the front, I'm going to go and do the back. Okay, sorry about the light glare. It's quite a glossy figure. So there you go, it's a bit better. So these 4 main big veins at the back is what I'm sort of focusing on. Okay, you can see I've already black washed it. So what I want to do, okay, I've got some more black wash here. I'm going to pop it to one side because I don't need it. And yeah, so the paint I'm using for the veins is Citadel Corex White, which is like an off-white. It's more like a very greyish, light grey white right there. All right, I've got my water on one side. So yeah, let us know how you're going. Amateur Tom Green, yes, I am. I don't know what I'm doing. Needs to be a paint by numbers. All right. So we're going to give it a little bit of a dry brush. Oh dear. What are you up to, Tom? Apart from not joining me on Turtle Talk. This is why I'm doing this. Yeah, so that's enough of that. Okay, so I've got enough on my brush. There we go, bring it down. So I'm probably going to start with this one. Okay, as you can see, I brought it up to where it is on the shoulder. So just ever slightly tease it on. Doesn't look like I'm putting on much, but it's there. Because I don't want it too thick. All right, just keep that point in front of me. I'm going to need it. There goes my vape. Pop that to one side. All right, let's get most of that off the brush. All right, so we're going in with this big one here. You know, just gonna sort of highlight it again, but it's not going to be as messy. Let me know if you can see that okay. I'm going to highlight the tip because I actually like the way it fades back off into the skin, which is the idea I'm trying to get to. Yeah. The sculpt on this figure is all there. Really a decent sculpt. Just sloppiness on the paint, sadly, but you know, it's mass produced. So if you guys want to give this a try yourselves, then yeah, it's pretty simple. If not, I think the cleanest paint job I've seen of these has been Unparalleled when he reviewed his, and also gave you the tip for how to sort of give it pinless joints. So I was watching his review for that, to see what he was doing with that sort of adhesive. And yeah, his vein work on his that just came straight out of the factory was really, really clean. So if I'd sort of gotten one similar to that, I wouldn't have worried. I wouldn't have bothered doing this. So, and it's already on my hands, typical. I don't usually wear gloves, but I probably should. Okay. Let's get it on the screen. You're probably going to see me make mistakes as well. That's all part of the game, because you go back in with the black and sort of rectifies. A lot of back and forth with these. Okay, so I'm just giving it a, there you go, a little bit of a splodge, because not nervous, but my hands get shaky whenever I try and do something intricate and small. All right, so I have to go back in there and sort that out with the black, but I can do that at some point. I got an advert before the video, moving up in the world. Yeah, yeah, damn right. Oh, it looks like the algorithm's my friend. Normally it doesn't put me on any recommended or anything like that, which is fine. I don't care, I'm only small, but you know, it's nice to see that I'm doing something right. All right, so yeah, back down. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a flare off like that. Okay, pretty happy with that. So what are you guys up to then? Talk to me in the chat. Hey, there's 8 good for skin here. Welcome everyone. If you just joined in, I am. Oh, this Venom is so vain. So yeah, so that's pretty much the bulk. There's a little bit of sculpt there of this particular vein. There, as you can see there. It's a little bit more highlighted. I'm going to go in the center and just repair some of that. So it's my water. Maverick 5UK, hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. As I say, it's a bit different from Total Talk, so I thought I'd just see if anyone wanted to hang out whilst I repainted this this lovely little figure. So here we are. Let me go in. So the black I've got is this one, which is a Crafters, and that's a glossy black. All right, let's get a little bit. This is my paint tray. It needs a good clean. Look at it. It's terrible. I know, all of that is nonsense. All right, but it's a little bit of black on there. Brush it off a little bit so it's not too bad. Where are you? That should be visible in there. And yes, I'm just going to go just in. With this, you can sort of reshape the vein yourself. Don't want to go too crazy with it. There we are. A little bit better. So now that that's dry, what I do want to do is just give it a little bit of a wash to sort of bring it back down, and then we're going to go over the center again and just try and get it as thin as possible. So it looks like it's sort of just blending back into the body. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't look like there's too much in the way as I show you on the first one, the front here. So if my light can capture it a bit better. The sculpt picking up a lot of these little sort of faint ones, as you can see. I've highlighted them here and sort of here, as you can see in there. That's when I dry brushed over the whole thing and just brought it, you know, toned it back down with some wash, with some black wash. But it doesn't seem to be like that much going on here with this. So maybe just on the back, I'll focus on the, there's a little bit there, as you can see. I'll just focus on the main ones for now. Get them in. Go for about an hour, see how we get on. But yeah, then I'm going to try and tackle the eyes and head at some point tomorrow. But yeah, so what's going on with you guys? Maverick 5BK. Going to be watching a little later, mate. Hopefully it'll be on. Yeah, probably I'm going to go for about an hour, maybe longer. It's fun watch, but it's missing the other dudes. But oh, there goes my camera. Bring the eye candy. Well, you know, there is a little bit of truth to that, you know, to the channel. Well, you know, exactly. You are one handsome devil. Okay. That glass of wine. Oh, manly. I think it's your voice. Your voice get the lady going, mate. And well, you know, Pietro's just there. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. No worries. No worries, Maverick. You crack on, mate. You crack on. Just going to be doing this. We'll see how far we get. So yeah, let me have a quick chuff on my vape. Oh, there we are. Oh dear. So, oh, thank you for the 2 likes. Oh, you got a fan there, Tom. Robert, I'm so proud of you. Stunning and brave. So yeah, tell me, guys, what do you all think about the Mafex reveals of Homelander, Doctor Strange, and what was the other one again? Oh, the reveal of the Endgame Final Battle Thor. Looking pretty good. Obviously, won't see him for another 20 years, but you know, that is that's Mafex's way. It is the Mafex way. So yeah, you got to let us know what you guys think. Apart from obviously the impending question mark that is the release date, the sculpt and the detail of the promo images look pretty good. I'm excited about Homelander. You know, so hopefully I'm looking forward to seeing what other ones they do. Right, so where's my black wash? Get that under there. We're going to get messy. Face sculpts look a little soft on. It's a long way down the line. Chat scroll down. There we are. Keep going, keep going, keep going, guys. All right, got a bit of black wash around here. Not too runny. All right, so I'm just gonna slop it on. Tone it down a bit. Tone down the surrounding area as well. That's what I'm doing here. And mainly, I want to focus a bit heavier wash on the tips where it sort of blends back in to the body. All right. So got a little puddle there. Soak that back up. Let that dry for a moment. Yeah, so the face sculpt looks a little bit soft, but they always do, don't they? They always do look a bit soft. They did on the Mafex Homecoming Spidey. Probably on the Thor as well, but I had a beard, so when they could get a bit of color in there. And what was really interesting is seeing how big the Rebel Tech cable was compared to the Mezco. That was mental. Seeing the Mezco that small, didn't realize compared to the other ones. That's how small the Mezco was. But yeah, the Rebel Tech cable looks pretty decent. Yeah, what else was shown? Oh yeah, of course the big news is obviously everyone apart from us is getting Toka and Raza dropped at their door and seeing everyone's pictures. Now there's only 2 reviews on YouTube so far. It's taken nearly a week, but yeah, 2 reviews. Alyssa Young with a smiley. What's that? No, nice one. I don't know what kind of emoji that is. I think it's got dollar signs and a dollar tongue. Appreciate it. So yeah, I've seen Tom, wasn't it? We were seeing some people actually start complaining that what was it, Raza, the wolf one, didn't come with articulated eyebrows. Absolute nonsense when it was, you know, it was shown there in the Pixel Dan video. And because he got them, but only just jumped on the bandwagon and collecting the turtles and couldn't find the turtles, that NECA had did him wrong. That was just hilarious. These groups are getting out of control. They really are. Yeah, if you remember any of the Facebook groups in NECA, let me know if you've seen any. And just it gets comical. It gets comical in there. But yeah, tons of people are getting them. They look really, really good. Smaller than what, you know, we initially thought, but that's all right. I think what they're doing, they need to just bring the legs together a bit closer, and then it'll stand them upright. Caffeine to keep me going. All right, so how we're looking. Let's clean this up a little bit better. All right. Toxic fan bases. Oh, so toxic. Unbelievable. Now, I think it's a tough one. It really is. I mean, some people they just feel like they're entitled to everything. And, you know, you're going to get the odd few bad eggs within communities, and it's just fun when they just make themselves known on Facebook. It's like, dude, you do realize this is for the entire whole group to see just what kind of person you are, you know. All right, fine, you've got some criticisms of it, fair play, go for it, but just, you know, there's a difference, and it's very, very much noticeable. But yeah, it says a lot of passion. You know, it's like Star Wars. And people say it's toxic fan base in Star Wars. Like, no, it's passion. People know the franchise since they were a kid, and to see it get tarnished, if they feel it is tarnished, then you're going to hear about it. You know. So, but with this, you can tell the difference from like petty nonsense posts to it's like to the point where, like, you know, you must be trolling, purely trolling, to trigger a whole comment slew of backlash. But yeah, whatever gets your kicks off, you know. So that's what entertains you. But yeah, sometimes it lures us in. Not gonna lie, it does. Having back and forth with people and on comment sections. But yeah, regardless of all that, the figures themselves look really, really good, and I doubt we will see them before New Year. But what's interesting is they just started turning up on people's doorsteps without any shipping notice. Sorry, see if you can see that. So they weren't getting any shipping notices at all, and they're just, you know, dropping at people's doorsteps. It's like, surprise, motherfucker! And there's my demonetization. So it was like, you know, a couple of days I was like, oh, any chance they could drop on my door? No. Okay. Worth a thought. Man can dream. Okay. So you see, I'm just going back over the vein again, trying to be as thin with the brush as possible. Okay. And my lighting, see if it will focus a bit better. Yeah. First time I'm trying this dual camera setup for just a solo stream, but there we are. That's in the chat. Yeah, Action Figure Film Festival. I love your customs, man. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It really means a lot. Thank you, man. Equilibrium Dex and NECA have sport us, and now people are expecting more. I know, it's crazy. Anyone would think grown adults that collect figs are a bit childish. You're childish. Oh dear. Or a massive child if I type correctly. Yeah, you see, yeah, you can't spell. I got attacked in a comment section of a YouTube video because I misspelled one word, and they did that typical thing where they just put the correct spelling as the only response. I was like, really? You're going to be that person? Really? And then that alone just brought on a slew of hate. Saying, well, if you don't know how to spell correctly, and it's like, you know, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I thought it was hilarious. So really? I'm getting cancelled over a spelling mistake? That's how bad it's gotten now? The person whose video was just, you know, had nothing to do with it. But man alive, these people are triggered by absolutely anything. Just don't fucking worry about spelling mistakes. If you start using correcting someone's grammar in an argument, that means you've lost the argument because there's no way of coming back. You've been destroyed, and the only thing you've got left is to try and make fun of their punctuation. So Makes me laugh. Makes me laugh. Oh dear. So yeah, tell me, what's the funniest thing you've seen in the comment section? There's someone's just like, you just literally shown everyone what an absolute tool you are. We see it a lot of time in obviously NECA, as we said, the Mezco groups. Oh my God, that's the Thunderdome in there. You know, someone would attest to that. Okay, so I know I'm way out here with the work because I'm actually looking over the camera to see what I'm doing. I'll try to view it on the screen. Okay, so we're just filling in. That's coming out all right. Not bad, not bad. Right, now that little bit there, I'm trying to really not highlight as much because I want it to bleed back into the body. Action Figure Film Festival. What paint do you use to custom your figures? I'm thinking to custom my figure too. I use a various amount of different brands. You know, you can't go wrong with, which I've got a bunch here, which I'll show you. Plotting that down is just standard crafts. You got, they all pretty much fall under the same logo, but anything in this kind of bottle, you know, you've got Anitas, you've got Deco Art, you know, you've got all these other ones, but you can see anything in this kind of bowl, you can't go wrong with. Okay, so you get yourself a set of basic colors. But for me, I really love using these Citadel paints. Okay, because there's so many different kinds of, you know, there's base layers, there's flesh tones, you name it, all different kinds of whites. And you see this one's a base, and these are great because obviously that's what they use to paint the little Warhammer figurines. And it dries more or less like a skin rather than just dries powdery and flakes off. So I really enjoy using these. What else have I got here? For metallics like silvers and golds, I use the Tamiyas because I really think the metallics are awesome. There's titanium silver, there's chrome silver, gold leaf. They're great. I like using those. So all different kinds really. But whatever floats your boat. I like to try out different ones too. So the ones I'm not a fan of, to me, is flat colors like reds and that, just straight reds. They sort of they separate in the tub, so you really got to stir them well before they actually go down. Okay, but yeah. So this, obviously, I'm just using this one for the veins, and I'm using this black gloss to do the patch ups and repair work. Okay, and then I'm using this one. This is a weird one. I have no idea what's going on with this color. All right, but it's called an auxiliary. And it works. It just goes down like as if you're trying to put Mod Podge on it. It's really odd, you know. So I don't know. Is this a paint? Is this a sealer? I haven't a clue. I really have no clue. But you know, it's doing a good job of because I've used it on these. On just, you know, putting a bit of a. You see that glossiness? Yeah. Yeah, that was from that. So you know, no idea what it is, but it's working. So I'm happy. What have we got here? Star Marvel 76. I'm Zenithal priming a Wolverine custom right now. Oh, nice. Yeah, send me a DM on Instagram. Show me that. Oh, bless you with the super chat, Rob. Oh, 199. You're so generous. Thank you, mate. Star Marvel 76, just use some of the contrast paints from Gameworks. Yeah, exactly. Game Workshop paints, which is the Citadel stuff, is great. Tom Green Metallics now. I love the Mr. Hobby Super Metallics. Yeah, I've seen those. I wouldn't mind giving those a go. They're lacquer though, so you need to respirator. Yeah, I can imagine they stink. Vallejo. A lot of people use Vallejo. Early Christmas present. Bless you, mate. Yeah, Vallejo I've seen people use. As I would like to start airbrushing, I really would. I just don't have the space. I really like to just give airbrushing a bit more of a go. We've got some equipment here, just all packed away and stored away. I've just got no room to set it up. So, and I think that will just make life a lot easier. And I can get into a bit more of that. So I've seen what people do with paints, like, what's his name? Jack Mitchell, who does a lot of the head painting. His work is incredible. And I believe that's airbrushed. I'm not honestly sure. But what's my vape gone? There we are. Yeah. So those who use airbrushing, MIG ammo paints are fantastic. Yes, I've seen you use those as well. See, I want to give those a try. So there's loads of different ones that I want to give a try. Sort of like you get into a comfort zone where you just stick to what you know, but then every now and then you sort of branch out. My local hobby store only really sells these craft ones, or the Tamiya's. I have to buy the Citadels off of Amazon. So, but you know, because I don't have a games workshop anywhere near me. So yeah, I couldn't live without my airbrush. No, mate. You know, that's the work that can be done with them. You know, just the fine layers. Just on certain little parts, you know, no brush marks, no brush, you know, brushing lines. I'd love to do a lot more of it. So yeah, I have no idea how I'd airbrush the veins that I'm doing now. I think that would have to be brushed. But yeah, if you're working on any projects, send me a DM on Instagram. Give me unless you posted it on your Instagram, and then I'll probably see it. But yeah, let me have a look at what you guys are working on, which would be cool. Right, let's see how we're getting on with this. Let's finish off the bottom of that vein, and yeah, crack on from there. So just get a majority of the brush, and yeah, so you can see it in the camera. I'm not going to go too crazy on that one. I don't mind it being slightly patchy either. There's a bit of variety where, you know, sort of protruding more from the body to being sunk back into the body. You can't really go wrong when you're painting veins, apart from just having some thick areas. You know, if it's quite clear you just ran a brush down it, then it's going to look like you just ran a brush down it. But, you know, that's why going over just back and forth, light layers. You don't have to go as in-depth as I am with this detail. If you just wanted to repaint this and just focus on the main big veins and do that, I'm just a bloody anal bastard. There goes my monetization. So yeah, I'm gonna look at the chat in a minute. The repair work there. Okay, so if I can capture that, so it's obviously not as thick and bright here on those edges because I want to blend sort of back into the body again. So it's mainly just a thick body that I'm going back over, really, just this area. And yeah, I'm just going to go in with a little bit of a wash across the ends. Okay, what's that in here? Latex masking around, and then spray the white. Oh yeah, that would work. See, you learn something new. There's tricks for everything. Absolutely everything. Plenty that I don't know yet. I'm still learning, always. So just getting a little bit of wash, dab it off, and just coming in. let that dry and see what we're getting, see what we're doing with. Let's get a bit more black. Lovely stuff. Okay. But detail work like that is where the brush is king. Yeah, for sure. How do you stop any paints you've applied from rubbing off? Seal it. Seal it, mate. And you can seal it a few ways. Let me get this. I'll stick it in front. You go for Mod Podge. They sell it in smaller bowls. And this is pretty much like PVA glue. You can water it down or apply it neat. And you've got the gloss or the matte version. And if you apply it watered down, it'll put a clear layer over the top, either obviously matte or gloss, or you can do clear varnish sprays, again matte or gloss, and that'll put a sealer over it. So it won't stop it from scratching if you drop it, but it will stop, you know, just from handling. And yeah, so that's how you seal the paint. What else we got here? No, don't get me started about rubbing off. Not on stream. No. End up in YouTube jail. So yeah. Oh, let me know. Did anyone watch The Mandalorian yet? If not, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. I know Tom has. And all I want to say is I feel bad for those who have backed the HasLab Razor Crest. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Unless you've all come out into the chat and say, yeah, we've all seen it, and then we can talk spoilers. But I doubt that's the case. All right, am I dried yet? Dry it off. Get in there. Get in there, get in there. Okay, now I'm going to sort of let that finish off. I'm going to work on another vein. That's way too much paint. Way too much. I should really wear gloves, so my hands get covered in paint. Okay, so this one starts. I hate this has started all the way from the top. And that's an immediate repair job. So this you can just go ape on, just apply it thick. You can always go back in and where does that vein go? Okay. And this time we go this way. More repair work. Just getting a base. This is going to look messy as hell, but I just want to get a base layer down. I'll do. It's meant to go down here. All right. Then right across there. And up. All right. It's kind of the structure of that big ass vein. Kind of got that. The general shape of it. And you can go in and start chopping it down. Down in there. The show is awesome. Maverick, yep. Star Marvel 76, best Star Wars. Only Empire is better. Oh dear. It is. I'll tell you what, Mandalorian is kicking ass and taking names. And the name it's taking is Kathleen Kennedy. And I want it to take it away. But yeah, Mandalorian, man. Unreal. Hopefully they start doing some spin-offs. You know, there's talk of an Ahsoka spin-off. There's talk of a Bo-Katan and Cara Dune spin-off. There's even talk of obviously we're getting Kenobi. Yeah. The only bad thing about that last episode was that it ended way too quick. I was amazed at how quick it ended. I was just like, what? you know, directed by Robert Rodriguez, same guy who did Desperado. But yeah, it just flew by, absolutely flew by. It felt like 15 minutes. That is a tragedy. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, it's the tragedy of the episode. It's too damn short. But man, yeah, it's good to have a particular Mando back. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So predictions. I don't want to spoil it for the chat, but just in case, we are going to get into spoiler territory of the Mando. Predictions for the last 2 episodes. I think I'm going to kick it off. I think obviously he's going to get the band back together. Kind of seems to be the way with both seasons. You know, they sort of all teamed up at the end of the last season. They're all going to team up at the end of this one. Whether we'll see Ahsoka in it, I don't know. I think we've got a good chance of seeing Bo-Katan and her little crew come back in the end, and they're all going to beat Moff Gideon, and then possibly see a Jedi that whoever Grogu reached out to. And that could be, I don't think it's going to be Luke. And a lot of people theorizing it's going to be young Luke. I honestly don't think it will be. It would be nice, but I can't see that happening. So if it does, I'll be surprised. I'm guessing probably Ezra or maybe Cal from Fallen Order. But there's loads. They're pulling from Legends. They're pulling from, you know, Clone Wars. I don't know who out of all of them that are left survived Order 66. Yeah, yes, that's the only bad part about it. Watch The Night Before Christmas. Nightmare Before Christmas, or Night Before Christmas. For me, it's Mace Windu or Luke don't show up. I'll be missed opportunity. I think, yes, there's a big theory going around Mace for sure, that Mace Windu lived because you didn't see a body, and it'll be nice. And Samuel Jackson probably like, hey, motherfucker, I was in Star Wars. Give me another part. It's a terrible impression. But yeah, I want to see Mace back. And I want to see him say the word motherfucker, or Dank Ferrick is what they're calling it. So yeah, that'd be cool if he shows back up again. Yeah, maybe a Force ghost or two. You know, it would be nice to see Jin come in. He said, I have acquired a particular set of skills. So right, H2O break. Like Boba confront Mace. Oh, that'll be good. That'll be good. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool if Mace came back. I wouldn't mind seeing that at all. So yeah, right, where are we? A bit of a blackwash time now. First, repair work. Actually, I'm going to do repair work. But yeah, that episode was a killer. And I thought the Ahsoka episode was awesome, you know? What do you think of Rosario Dawson? I mean, I know she doesn't sound like, I forget her name, Ashley something. But, you know, I thought she did good. Can't believe that she got in through a fan casting. It's the first time I've seen an actor actually get a job from a fan casting, or that they put themselves out there saying, I would like to play this role, and then getting it. Normally when you see actors doing that, they never get it. All right. Clean this up a bit. Let me know if you can see that in the camera. Sorry. It's a bit too much of a straight line there. That's it. Yeah, do you think, I mean, the theory's going around that Boba Fett might die and that Mando will have, inherit the Slave One, or that Mando will die and the rest of the show will continue with Boba Fett? Either way, it's interesting. And if they don't, if both of them both live, does Mando get a new updated Razor Crest, or does he get a different ship entirely? We don't know, but it's exciting times. I do feel bad for all those that are putting money for the HasLab. And I saw a thing on Facebook today. It's like, you know, all those complaining about the HasLab. It's like, well, you didn't have a problem putting in money for the HasLab Jabba's barge, knowing that blew up. And I was like, well, yeah, but we already knew that was going to get destroyed. You know, when the HasLab for the Razor Crest was up and running, it was when the Razor Crest was still going. You know, it's like, well, there's a bunch of toys out now with Baby Yoda in his cradle, and we haven't got the cradle anymore. He's side saddling it in his back pocket. So it's good to theorize. So yeah, let's get some wash going on this. saying in the chat. Got to be maced. I'm all like Bubba. Sean Paul, bro. Ahsoka straight up said the only one of Grogu's kind was Yoda. Like Yaddle never existed. Yeah, but she didn't know Yaddle. Yaddle was in Phantom Menace, and then you never saw her in Attack of the Clones. And so at the time of her meeting Yoda, obviously she didn't know Yaddle was around. Or I mean, I know you could say, well, you know, felt her in the Force and shit like that, but you know, they'll come up with some sort of explanation as to why. But I think what they're referring to is that, you know, Yoda's the only one of that species outside of Grogu that she's actually met. I think that's what it meant. But I know I saw a lot of people say that. Hopefully, you know, it could be Yaddle. They could put Yaddle in there. I'm like, surprise, motherfucker, I'm still here. I do like all those Yoda memes though, about him in Yaddle. Like child support, I'm not paying. It's quite funny. What else we've got going here? They wrote Yaddle off. Yeah, they could bring her back in though. I don't know. They do this thing where they've written off all of the DCU as being a canon when Disney took over. Like, okay, fine, and then they're starting to pull from Disney, DCEU, not DCU, Star Wars EU, but then sort of rewriting them back into canon again in a different way. It's like, okay, fine. And then you've got Kathleen Kennedy saying that, oh, she's, you know, they didn't have anything to pull from, no source material to pull from. It's like, you had all of DC, the Star Wars EU, and you had George Lucas's scripts that you turned in, and you just tossed them aside. So, like, give it a rest, love. But, you know, I'm glad they brought Thrawn in. Thrawn will be cool. So, yeah, there's a load they could pull from. I don't know where they're going to go with it. That's the thing. I guess that's a good thing. It's hard to judge, but it makes for good theorizing, you know? Thank God for Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. And Robert Rodriguez directed the shit out of this episode. Man, that guy can fucking shoot an action scene. I mean, Desperado is one of my favorites from him. I absolutely love that movie. What else we've got saying here? Yeah, she was awesome. She was perfect for Ahsoka. Yeah, she was amazing. She fit the role perfectly. Yeah. Make a Transformers custom. I'm not a massive Transformers collector, so I wouldn't know the first thing on how to go around customizing it. And they pretty much seem to be doing great with the figures themselves. So yeah, I mean, if you check out Hyticon on Instagram, that man can shoot Transformers. That is a franchise goat right there. Transformers is his jam, and he does custom work himself on them, from what he told me. So yeah, if you want to check out some sick Transformers shots and custom work, check out Hyticon on Instagram. To be fair, I don't think it affects people's love for the Razor Crest. We all love that shit, and we collect the things we love. I do find it funny people getting pissed about it. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's just a scenario itself is quite funny. Grogu has to be the result of Netflix and chill session between you. Oh, yeah. Star Marvel 76. I love moments where the good guys are outnumbered and awesome reinforcements come in. Hell yeah. I mean, what was great, you got to see Boba kick ass without the armor on. And then he goes and gets the armor, and you get to see him kick ass all over again. It was fantastic. You know, and Ming-Na held up and she's awesome anyway. She was great in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I was ashamed. I was like, they got to do something with her character at the end of that episode 5 from season 1. Because you bring in an actress like that, and it's like you don't just use her once, you know. So I was wondering what they were going to do with it, and I didn't have a clue that was Bubba at the end. I know sort of people theorized it, but I thought it could be Bubba, surely not. But I'm just glad they finally got round to it. You know, if they'd done another side mission, I've been like, oh, for goodness sake, just get to it already. That's kind of the only thing I didn't like about this Ahsoka episode was nothing to do with her, was just the fact that it was another side mission. You know, it's like if I wanted to play a video game of Star Wars, I'd play a video game of Star Wars. But I was hoping they'd sort of focus more on the actual whole plot. And this episode 2 could have just not happened whatsoever. That was an awful episode. Personally, if you liked it, cool. With the giant ice spiders and the Rogue Squadron, you know, the X-Wing pilots spending the entire episode looking for them, and then they find them and then let him go. It's quite funny. But I do like Frog Lady. She was cool. Let's have a look, see what's saying. Oh, quite bloody hell. Grogu has to be. Yep, Star Wars. I love moments where you go, yep. First time I remember that feeling is in wrestling when Ultimate Warrior came running out of nowhere to help in the ring. Yeah, man, absolutely. I love those moments when anyone do. When you hear Stone Cold's glass break out of nowhere and you just come stomping down. It was great. Brandon, how you doing? I'm good, mate. I'm good. Star Marvel 76. Same with Thor and Infinity. Yes, that moment where you see the fucking Ujma flip, the Rainbow Bridge come down, you knew what was coming, and the music going along with it. Brandon, I can't wait to see them fight together. Yeah, I can't. I'm so glad that he's going to be part of the next 2 episodes, or for the rest of the season. It's going to be awesome. It's a great time to be alive. Fucking A, mate. Definitely. I see Mando's going gang backed against the wall, and then a Jedi Master comes in to save him. Do you make Transformers custom? No, I don't make Transformers customs, I'm afraid. Yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't turn into a Superman from Justice League situation where he just comes in and wrecks shop and that's it, done. But I hope if the Jedi isn't a part of the main fight, once they all have beaten Gideon and won, then maybe we get the Jedi comes out of nowhere and we go, and that's the cliffhanger is seeing what Jedi is, and then that cuts, and then we have to wait till season 3. But I do think Grogu is going to move from Mando in the show to one of the other spin-off shows. I don't know if because I mean, at the end of the day, it's the Mandalorian show, and so far he's been a side character for the entire thing. They made him a babysitter right off the jump in season 1. And now he's been a side character in pretty much every episode because the other characters they brought in have just done 10 times better than he has. So it's like, come on, man, give Mando his show. So I love Grogu, but I think he'd be better off moving to another spin-off show, maybe with Ahsoka, and I don't know. We shall see. But either way, we're getting some great Star Wars, and I love it. So yeah, they can have Grogu in it. I'm wondering when he's going to start talking. Be interesting. Anyway, let me get back to what it is I'm sort of doing here. So I'm chatting away about Star Wars, and I'm doing some repair work still before I go in with the wash again. So just want to thin out this stuff a little bit more. And I'll go in with a wash, dull it back, and then go in with the thinner layer, highlight the center. So that's all right. Okay, I'm happy with that. Thin out this one. What are we saying? Retro as, hello mate. Posable Toys here on my other YouTube account. Cool, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Star Marvel City Pool. Dang, worst parts of the show is the length and waiting for the next season. Agreed. Delissa Young. Do you have the Bumblebee and Optimus Prime? I have the Optimus from, which you can probably see there, from 3-0 of the Bumblebee movie, and that's sort of the only one I've got. Let me just move that out of the way. Walking back. If you can see him there. Hello. Yeah, so this is the Bumblebee 3-0 figure. Do not need to do a single thing on this. Beautiful piece, and I'm really glad to have it because it's like this is what Optimus would look like in a live action version. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Stay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know when this next season will be. We've only got 2 episodes left now. I think they're greenlit season 3 and 4. So yeah, just have to wait and see. But I'm definitely going to binge the whole thing back again once it's all done. And but what's also exciting is I don't know if you guys will watch it. I love the figure. I hope they use the body on other stuff. The new Venom. Yeah, same here. The torso itself is fantastic. I absolutely love this. The articulation, the range of movement, the height. It's a big bastard. It's a great new buck that they've made, and I'm sure they'll find other uses for it. For other parts and stuff like that. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so going back onto some TV shows. What I do know is obviously, yeah, Cobra Kai season 3 is out on the 8th of January. Not long to wait for that at all. And I can't wait for that because I absolutely loved the show so far. I prefer season 1 to season 2 personally, but season 2 was still great. And yeah, I can't wait to see where they go with it now. But yeah, we don't have to wait long for that one, which is cool. As soon as it finishes, I'm going to binge both seasons. Yeah, for sure, mate. Same, just back to back to back to back. Just let it flow from one to the other. Let it flow through you. So let me just go in for the wash now. That's it. Just dialing it back. A bit more water in there. There we are. Okay, so dialed it back with the wash. Gonna let that dry. Right, what we got going here? I wonder where the Obi-Wan show will pick up from. 8-hour watch party. Fuck yeah. That'll be awesome. Good question on Obi-Wan show. I'm guessing obviously it's going to be after Revenge of the Sith. So I guess it possibly could just be like plonk us straight in the middle of his time on Tatooine as watching Luke grow up, and then he might flash back to, you know, the beginning of his exile. And yeah, get up as we get to see his adventures and what he's been getting up to from that time in between the two films. I was hoping that we would see the Obi-Wan Darth Maul rematch in that rather than Rebels, because was it Rebels? Yeah, because as great as it was to see that, it ended way too quick, especially as they teased Darth Maul through Clone Wars in the end of Solo, you know. So I was hoping we'd get that. So it'd be interesting who they're going to bring into the show. Whether they think they get Hayden Christensen to be a Force ghost in it, or get Qui-Gon Jinn to be a Force ghost for him. Speaking of watch parties, don't forget to tune in. Yes. Announcement next weekend. I don't know if you're around for our watch party of Turtles 1990 movie, but we're going to be doing a watch party for Secret of the Ooze next Saturday. Is the watch party for that? We're going to continue on. So unless anything changes, I'm going to go with the 9:30 time slot, but you know, we'll announce it if we need to change the times on anything. But yeah, so look forward to that. Get your pizzas ready, get your beers ready, and get ready for us to cuss out that film. Now, I like it. It's obviously nowhere near as good as the first, but we're going to sit back and enjoy it as the hype of Tokran Raza is kicking off now that people are starting to get them in hand. So that'll be good fun. And then we'll probably go into Turtles 3 into the, you know, in January at some point, and then continue on from there. But I'll do an announcement post for that, so you won't miss out. Are you clear me, Dex? The Obi-Wan show is going to pick up from where it leaves in Tatooine and builds a massive mud hut and forced to pay mortgage. Yeah, you'll see him just setting up a fire, sitting there cooking some womp rats. Yeah. Probably start gambling with sand people. I don't know. Be interesting. Finally, something's coming of it. I mean, how long have they been teasing in the Obi-Wan movie to then a show? Just glad that it's actually happening. So there we are. So let's have a look. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's go back in. I'm going in. Okay, so back in with the black paint, with the white paint, sorry. Let's get it teased off. I'm not happy with that. Clean your brushes, people. Always clean your brushes. Okay. coming together, slowly getting there. I don't like to get too ahead of myself because I feel like sometimes when I'm on a roll, the moment I've realised I'm on a roll is when I fuck it up. So I like to just stop while I'm ahead and take a breather, have a vape, and then get back on. Let's have a look. Retro Eyes. Have you seen some of the comic version repaints of this? Yes, I have. Who was I saw a video? They got a YouTube channel. Is it Studio 73 something? Where Sharpness Prime featured it on his channel. That was amazing, and I've seen other people do it as well, and it's looked really, really good. So I'd love it if they actually did a comic book version, you know, with the spider symbol on this. The texture of the body alone and the back is awesome. So yeah, bring it. I mean, I don't know if I'll do one myself. I'm actually tempted to try and do what my version of a movie Carnage would be on this back. Obviously, I don't know. We've seen no concept art. We don't know if they're going to make Carnage the same size. Are they going to make him thinner? Or are they going to go riot and make him bigger? I have no idea. But I thought it'd be fun to do a Carnage on this back. It's sort of like a concept of the movie version Carnage. And seeing as I did inquire into them, there's D Amazing did a review of the hand attachments with the big blades and the big spikes, and I found a guy on Instagram who was making them. Unfortunately, he's no longer making them now, so I missed my opportunity there. But that would have been cool because obviously Carnage constructs some similar weapons himself. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? Hopefully they do more in this line. Hopefully we get a Tom Hardy half changing. That'll be cool. That would be cool. But yeah, so yeah, I love the what they've done. The comic version of this back, the people who've customized it is brilliant. So hats off to them. Okay, I'm just expecting my work. Right. So picking it back up from there. Oh, come here, you. What time are we at now? 22:29, about an hour. Okay, make sure you all can see. Nudge the camera. So yeah, peaks off just here. The bloody light's glaring on it, so I'm just gonna highlight it gently. And I'll dial it back again. Oh, bit too thick there. Get some off the brush. I'm going to draw it up. So let's out do some more. That's what people are saying. Pound 978 did the repaint. Okay, cool. KO Revo Carnage will work for the weapon. Yeah, oh, good idea, my man. Good idea. Just need to find one of those. That's a bloody good idea. Fuck, I didn't even think of that. See? Not just a pretty face, eh? There you go. Sometimes if you catch it early enough, you can just wipe away your work if you make a mistake. Trying to see where it spins off from there. Okay, that's where the sculpt is. Okay, not bad. I'll do a better job on that in a minute. Let's come down here again. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm just sort of in a concentration zone at the moment. 2 seconds. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. So, what are we saying here? Emilio Gordamar's Sorry if I'm butchering that. Greetings, and also, which of your customs is the most difficult that you have done? Appreciate the question. Appreciate you for stopping by. Believe it or not, the most difficult was the movie, the other movie Venom. Speaking of which, the one I've just done a video on, the big monster one that I made way before I did YouTube and before I'd seen the movie. That was quite a tough one. Not so much as the body, that was just laborious and time consuming doing all those veins. But that was fun though. The hard part was that Tom Hardy head sculpt. That was crazy difficult. I had no idea if I'd actually pull it off. So I was a bit nervous going in. I'd managed to acquire the head sculpt from someone on Instagram. And yeah, so the sculpting, the symbiote part over it, you know, I was quite happy with how that turned out. My biggest issue was I used the ends of toothpicks as the teeth, but I'd sanded them just slightly to get a bit of a curve going. But I pinged through about like 50 of them because they just, every time I snipped them off and just tried to sand them, they shot off somewhere. So that took a while to get them all in. And then really painting the face. I was terrified of painting face because that is my weak area. So, and I did bugger up one time and I had to strip it all back. And I used hot glue on the side of the head for where it's all peeling and then, you know, tacking it away. So that was all, I had to redo all of that. But luckily, some magic miracle, I managed to get through it all. And the end result was really good. And that's why I was like, I'm not repeating my work again. That was terrifying. So there's a one-off for the raffle, but that was my toughest one. The one before then was my repaint of Mark 1 Iron Man, because I added a flap where you could attach a missile to look like it was shooting. So before the Venom, that was it. That was my hardest one. I can't get used to this typing malarkey. I'm used to speaking. Do you want to come in? You can come in if you want. I have to go. Melissa Young, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you very much for tuning in. It means the world, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks a lot. Did you pick up the NECA BTF figures? I did. I've got the latest 4 so far. 85 Marty, Biff, 2015 Marty, and the Tales from Space. They're all okay. They're all good. They didn't blow me away as much as I was hoping they would. You know, as me and Tom were saying before, they're good. They're good figures. They come with a lot. And we were so psyched when they were coming out, when we saw them coming out on Toy Fair. Announced on Toy Fair, and yeah, now we got on the kind of to work. Then you got Marty, 2015 Marty. If you can see that, okay. That light there. I'm going to pop him to one side. I don't trust myself. And this one, this is my least favorite. It's my least favorite. Is the Tales from Space one. Not because there's anything wrong with the figure. The figure's great. It's just the fact that it didn't come with any alternate hands. That, you know, there wasn't any fisted hands from when he's posing, or what would have been great is the Planet Vulcan hand. So that was a missed opportunity there, sadly. But other than that, that's a good figure. It's okay. Stand up, you bitch. There we go. And you've got the Biff and 985 Marty over there. So I'm looking forward to the others. I have the audition version pre-ordered as well. Obviously, I'm not expecting anything different from the figure, but hopefully the accessories, it will come with some cool stuff. And I've got the 955 dock pre-ordered as well. I've ordered some Nike decals for them. Oh, yeah, that's right. They didn't put the Nike decal on the trainers. Good man, good man. Let me know how that goes, actually. Send me some shots when you get them. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come out with the line. There's no chance that we'll see a Crispin Glover, obviously with the whole copyright thing from Back to the Future 2, and he wants nothing to do with the show. So there's no way that NECA are going to get his likeness rights. As I was saying before, I would love if we got to see a what's his, you know, the Marty Jr. I think we'll get, but the sister in part 2, I forget her name, but I'd love to see that. That'd be hilarious if we see Marty McFly's junior sister in there. And Kingpin alternate 85 Biff. I want to see that figure. That'd be cool. Tom Green, they've cheapened out a bit of some of these Back to the Future figures. Yeah. They could have, don't know what, they could have been 10 times more. I don't know. The faces are okay. I don't know what it is. I look at them and I'm just not wowed. You know, I'm still thinking, wow, we've actually got these, but in then the same fashion, I'm just like, okay, and I'm looking at something else. I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. Let's get back to this. Before I bore you. Right, I'm going to give it another 15 minutes or so, and then I'll pack it up because I want a cup of tea, and I don't want to keep you bored. But yes, so if you're around next weekend, please be sure to join us on the watch party for Secret of the Use. That'll be pretty funny. Okay. I'm actually going to go over the center part again because I want it standing out just a little bit. Now just come down. There we go. Finally got some paint on the brush. Oh, made a boo-boo. I'll go back in a minute and sort that out. Carry on though. So what I like to do is even if I make a mistake, I don't stop. I just carry on doing what I'm doing, and then I go back and just fix all the areas that I've fluffed on. Otherwise, you'll be at it for hours. So I'm not too worried about making little errors. It's hard to see actually where the sculpt goes. Is it going down this way? Let's go this way. There. Oh, bloody hell. Smushed my brush all over it. Let's have a look. Like a lot of the figs, if you hit the right pose, they look great. Yeah, they do. It's hitting that sweet spot. That sweet spot. I think Jay Hernandez said it best actually when he did a video posing up. It's like you just keep playing with it, and eventually you just hit that money-making pose, you know, and you know when you've got it. But just having a play, I guess that's the fun of just posing in general. It's just, you know, moving the arms back and forth, getting him into some cool superhero landing poses, doing some good fighting stances, and then you sort of turn and like look underneath it, look around, do this, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, that actually looks pretty hot. If I could only take a picture from where I am right now, you know, and you sort of make your head the camera and pretend that your head is the camera and you're choosing the angle, you know, and then you get it in that right angle, right lighting, boom. The only problem I've got with this Venom particularly, I don't know what it is, because he's got healed arches on his feet. He sometimes has trouble standing upright. For me, it's having to find that balance just for him to stand upright on this one. Just fine. It's not an issue. Just something I've noticed with my one particularly. Okay, so if I bring you in close on this, you can see from what I've done there. So the main body is quite thick, but here I've just drilled it off. And yeah, so I'm going to highlight the tips of these. Just here from where it begins, and then eventually they're going to form back into the body. See like that? Yeah. Did a bad job up here. Star Marvel 76. My mum asked if I went to see White Fang or Secret of the Use at the theatre. I looked at her too crazy. I don't think I ever got a chance to see Secret of the Use in the cinema. I do not have a memory of it. I think I've got a good memory of everything I watched in the cinema as a kid. I do not have a memory of that at all. Maverick 5UK, I'm not too impressed by the face paint apps on the neck of Back to the Future figures. I think they missed the mark. Yeah, I agree. They kind of, the biff is okay. Sculpt is there, but I did notice some QC issues of mine, like they missed a part of their hair, and then there's a bit of a sloppy paint going on with the ears, so I had to go over that. I got two rosier cheeks. I think you're right. They could have done better with the face painting. So I agree there. The promo images of 1955 Dark look awesome. hopefully that is what we get, and not just not just something lackluster. But it's the pre-order for the Audition Marty. They haven't actually put up any pictures of him apart from just a single still shot of the movie, because we've only seen the back of him. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so one thing I'm going to do, as I'm happy with how that's turned out, is I'm going to show you this gunk and the effect it gives. And then after that, I'll chill out and chat with you guys for a little bit, and then we'll call it a day. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so what I like to do, see what I mean? It just looks like you've just dunked it into Mod Podge. Weird gunk. I don't know what it is, but so if I, sorry, you can't see that. Bloody light's in the way. 2 seconds. Actually, that's a bit better. You have to do this on through the camera. Yeah. I'm literally just drawing on the vein itself. And that dry, it gives it this weird, like organic, wet feel, like it's just extruding out from the body. It dries a bit, pretty much. This stuff acts exactly like a Mod Podge. It's very odd. I think I got it just thinking it was a white paint. I should go for Mobicraft, and then I was like, what's going on with this? Let that dry off. I'm gonna do a better job on that actually, but it's getting there. Getting there indeed. Right, let that dry. There we go. Okay, what we got going on here? Doc looks the best so far, at least from the pics. Yeah, agreed, mate. Agreed. Doc does look the best so far. Let me just turn that. There we are. Better view. Yeah, so the Doc does look good. I don't know. He's meant to be coming out end of December, I think, something like that. Hopefully, we'll get him soon. But yeah, curious to see who they do next. I'm hoping we get an 85 Doc in the hazmat suit. We'd love to see a 2015 Doc with the yellow jacket and the 2 ties and the Hawaiian shirt. What else is there? I think I know they've been back and forth with part 1 and part 2. They may even show us some cowboys. 50, 80, yeah, 1885 Cowboy Marty. The 2 versions in the pink and blue Clint Eastwood style from the beginning of part 3 before he goes back, and then the poncho from nearer towards the end of the movie. Buford Tannen would be cool. So yeah, looking forward. Those, oh yeah, they'll be cool. In terms of, Christ, there's like about one. I was saying this before, the different kind of biffs. Yeah, going to have about 10 different biffs, I think, across the whole time period. See how we're doing with this. Yeah, so it matches up with the organic feel from the front. Get in there, folks, get in there. Not sure if I'll do any more today. I need a cup of tea. I need to go and get a cup of tea. I'm absolutely gagging for one. So what's that time? Nearly an hour and a half. That ain't bad, that ain't bad. So yeah, so let us know What figs? Yeah, let us know what figs you're looking forward to. What's been your favourite fig reveal of the year so far, as we're coming to the end of the year? Mine personally, that I could say is my favourite one that I've had the opportunity of having in hand and playing with and shooting with is, I've had the most fun with the Mayfix Infinity War Thor. When I shot him, that was just so much fun taking pictures of that guy, because obviously you could switch it out between the two looks, you could add the lightning effects, you didn't have to. It was a pain in the arse and a bit fiddly, but yeah, I had a ton of fun shooting him, posing around and playing with. I love the new Deadpool and the movie X-Men. Obviously Super Shredder, I had a stack of fun shooting him with Pietro. Do check out that video if you ain't seen it, the vlog. Let's get that down. Yeah, that's loads of fun doing that. And what else have I had? Casey Jones, so give him that as well. And in this, can't wait to actually start taking some good pictures of this guy once it's all done. And I've got a couple of new decent dioramas as well that I'm going to utilize. I got from Danny Richardson. So yeah, do that. But I think I will wrap it up in a minute. Need an Einstein suit? Yeah, same. Hopefully it comes with 85 dock. I'm going to say 85 dock for Einstein. That'd be cool if we get an Einstein with 85 dock. Yeah, so I might probably wrap it up here because I'm starting to need Lou as well. So I'm going to say thank you for everyone that's watching and that joined and stayed put and had a chat with me whilst I did this. I really, really appreciate hanging out with you guys. Yeah, do let me know. Give me a DM if you're working on stuff. Let me see the progress you're making on some of the stuff you're working on, and just chop it up with me on my Instagram, and we have a good natter about stuff. But yeah, man, thank you very much again. Do check out the Tom and Pietro's work from Turtle Talk, and we're going to be back next week with a watch along for Secret Reviews, 9:30 GMT, which I believe is about 3:30 p.m. in West Coast. I'll work it all out and put all the info in there, and if it changes, I'll let you know. But yeah, thanks very much again. I'm going to wrap it up there, guys, and I will see you later. All right. You get to watch my face as I try and work out how to end this. But no, I appreciate it. Venom is looking top, man. I'll DM you some of my last raining pics. Yeah, please, mate. Please DM Tom and Pietro as well. I'm sure they'd love to see it. Great show. Now go away. You go away now. Cheers, Tom. Take it easy, mate. Retro as night, mate. Take care. Yeah. Have a good weekend to you all. And yeah, let me get out of here before it's that awkward silence. There we are. And